Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are back here with the MacBook Air. And yes, of course, we're now in 2024, if not very much towards the end of it, coming towards 2025. Now, a lot of the time, a lot of people were talking about why you should buy the MacBook Air. And firsthand, I have it. I've used it for the last 4 years from the release day. And I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't consider buying the MacBook Air. Now, yes, this is still a great machine. The M1 chip revolutionized the whole of the laptop industry, even bringing people like Snapdragon X chips to the new Microsoft laptops. Now, definitely, this was something to consider. But I think the first thing that we should say is now 4-year-old technology. Okay, they have struggled in essence to improve this chip to massive jumps to what they did from the Intel chips to this, which was nearly a 500% increase in speed and performance. From this up to the new M3 laptops, there's probably around a 36% increase. They do claim more, 1.6 times speed. However, when you actually put that into reality, it's not that much. It does compete, but there are still some downsides to this laptop. And I think the main one of them is, as technology's got on, applications, the software itself becomes more difficult to run. It is a lot more demanding on the laptop itself. And on these models of MacBooks, a lot of people that went with the base models had the 8GB of RAM. Now, yes, it's still fine when you're surfing the net, using YouTube, typing up documents, that's fine. But as soon as you start opening too many tabs on Chrome or whatever internet application that you use, you do see a slowdown in the laptop and you do see the temperature start jumping as it starts to struggle. However, it will do those basic tasks. So if you're a student, it will do it. If you're anything more, you will need to upgrade. Now, let's talk about video rendering, etc. with this MacBook. I don't think this MacBook was ever really designed for that. And if you are a heavy video editor, music producer, or anything along those lines, then you definitely should not be buying this laptop. You should be buying the Pro versions of these laptops. And again, that's for a different video of what one you should then get of the Pro. But Pro is for pro performing apps. That's what it was made for. So don't buy a MacBook Air if that is what you're doing. Now with this laptop overall, yes, it is still going strong, but you now have the M2 or M3 chips. So if you had the budget and you wanted to buy something which is faster and potentially with more RAM, those M2 chips and M3 chips, with the new M4 chips now coming out and been released in the Pro models, those M2 and M3 chips are now going to be coming back round in second-hand stock. Therefore, you could get yourself a deal and go out and buy another laptop which has a little bit more longevity for future updates with more RAM. 16GB of RAM or more is preferred now in this day and age. And that will get you a lot more future-proofed. Now with this, with the M1, I think the main aspect is we are now 4 years down the line. We know that Apple, around the 7-year mark, they then start discontinuing the software. And these laptops then become unsupported on all of the new software updates. After 7 years, you will not then receive the security updates or anything along those lines. So you're kind of lost. The laptop becomes slower and slower with and unsecure with the security. So if we're now in the 4-year mark, technically we're now only a few years away from that point. There is an argument to that, to say that obviously they only started not selling and taking it off of Apple as a new product back at the start of this year when they brought out the M3 products. Now, whether their timer starts from now and 5 to 7 years time from now or from its original release date, I don't think anyone will ever know until Apple actually decides and declares it. Now, I think if you have the money and you want more future proofing, then you should definitely look at buying the newer models of the M2, M3, maybe even M4 chip if you have that kind of money and you're looking for that longevity and future proofing. It is definitely going to be worth it and upgrading from there. But the M1, if you are now on a lower budget, you can now pick up these laptops for about £650, $650 brand new, and you can even get some better deals as second hand. So yes, for a student, they probably are worth buying. But again, I would argue that spending £200 to £300 or dollars more and getting the neck chip up will definitely future-proof your laptop and your experience with this laptop, and the support is the most important thing. The M2 chips, again, have only just stopped being sold. So the argument is that technically, would they then get 5 to 7 years from now of support, giving you much longer of a future proof with a laptop that where you could have the issue in the future of not then having a supported laptop, less security, and therefore you will have to spend that money again in upgrading to a newer laptop anyway. Whereas if you make that investment now, you could technically save yourself some money in the long run by buying newer now and updated now. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this topic. With the MacBook M1 chips, and specifically the MacBook Air, would you still buy this laptop? Or are you now considering some of the other options that are out on the table? Maybe you're not considering a MacBook at all. And if that is the case, guys, let me know in the comments below of what laptops you are considering. Let's have a discussion. Let's see. I still think the MacBook for everyday use, video editing, photo editing, is still the king. I do have a gaming PC, I do like my games, and I think that is the one thing that lets these laptops down, gaming. But watch this space. Obviously Apple have announced that they are going to improve their gaming aspect with the new M4 chips. But even on this laptop, which is technically less powerful, 8GB with the M1 chip, runs DaVinci Resolve perfectly. However, there is still some lag behind with my gaming PC. Has 32GB of RAM, has an 11700K Intel processor, and a 3060 Ti graphics card. Let me know your thoughts. Are you sticking with Mac? Or are you going to Windows? I think that is a topic for another video, and maybe something we will touch up on together a little bit down the line. So guys, thank you so much for watching this. Hit that like button. If you like this video, please do consider subscribing, and we will get you more videos about technology and how this technology influences our lives. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.